When was the last time you got excited about a warm-up? I know, this has probably never happened, and that is totally fine. Now, a warm-up might be boring to you, but as you hopefully know, it is crucial for performance, recovery, and minimizing the risk of injury. So what if I told you that there is a way to gain all the benefits of a warm-up without it being 20 or 30 minutes long and smashing your motivation to play? That's what we're going to discuss in today's video. A really good warm-up can lead to substantial increases in your performance and your readiness, as well as minimize the risk of injury. Having said that, all those benefits can only come if your warm-up is ticking off some boxes, like increasing your body and muscle temperature, your blood flow and heart rate, stimulating your nervous system so you can be ready to switch on a dime, increasing the range of motion in your joints, and a whole lot of other parameters which you can see by pausing the video. Now that you are aware of what the objectives of a proper warm-up are, we can now discuss how you can structure an effective warm-up. An increasingly popular way to structure football warm-ups is the application of the ramp protocol, a protocol that is scientifically proven to tick off the boxes we mentioned and enhance your performance. RAMP is an acronym that stands for Raise, Activate, Mobilize, and Potentiate. This protocol basically includes warm-up activities that progressively increase in intensity the closer you get to the start of your activity in order to prime your neuromuscular system for performance. You start off with general and simple actions like jogging and gradually transition into sport-specific actions like sprints, cuts, or even technical drills. Let's now dig a little bit deeper and discover what each phase of your warm-up should consist of. The first phase of the protocol aims to raise various physiological parameters such as your body and muscle temperature, your heart rate and blood flow, as well as your joint range of motion. This phase of the warm-up usually doesn't last longer than 5 minutes and can include various low-intensity activities such as jogging, low-intensity cuts and turns, foam rolling, or even drills with the ball like ball mastery, dribbling, or passing drills executed at a low intensity. The next phase consists of activation and mobilization. Your job now is to keep those physiological parameters we mentioned raised, while at the same time activating as many muscle fibers as possible and achieving a quote-unquote ideal range of motion in your joints. To achieve these goals, you can utilize various tools depending on how much time and energy you are willing to spend into your warm-up. I personally think that dynamic and ballistic stretching are two non-negotiables during this phase. Of course, you might as well add other things in your warm-up to activate and mobilize, such as simple activation exercise you can perform with just your body weight or some light resistance. This phase of the warm-up is also really great to ingrain better movement and build your rhythm and coordination. Over the span of a season, microdosing 3 to 5 minutes of work during a warm-up can translate into hundreds of training hours. So to sum it all up, dynamic and ballistic stretching is a non-negotiable to achieve a greater range of motion and motor unit recruitment. Then, you might as well consider basic activation exercise with either your body weight or light loads. These exercises can be targeted to general strength for injury resiliency and muscle fiber recruitment, or even aim to ingrain more energy efficient movement patterns. In the last phase of your warm-up, the focus is shifted to actions that you will later on execute during the session, no matter if we're talking about a match or training session or even a workout. What you are trying to achieve here is a really high level of neuromuscular activation so you can seamlessly transition into your high-intensity activity ready to achieve maximal efforts. To achieve this, you can use a method called PAP, or else known as post-activation potentiation. This method utilizes maximal dynamic efforts to potentiate and prime your neuromuscular system and enhance its performance. This phase can include things like sprints, cuts, turns, reactionary drills, plyometrics, ballistics, or even a combination of these to enable you to hit those max efforts. Many of those exercises can also be combined with actions on the ball to add an additional game-specific stimulus. If there is one thing I want you to take away from this video, is that you are literally spending hundreds of hours each season warming up. By just adding small training stimuli that literally don't take too much of your time, you can achieve some great results in the long term. Marginal 0.1% improvements each day will eventually add up. Apart from the boring stuff you always do in your warm-up, I beg you to start adding small drills and exercises that target your weak spots, both on and off the ball. The warm-up is the best time to microdose work. Invest your time and energy smartly. For a quick reference, here's a sample warm-up that is based on all the principles we mentioned in this video and that you can adjust to your own needs. So, I want to know how you structure your warm-ups. Is there any extra work you're doing that makes your warm-up special? Let us know in the comments, and do not forget to check out the description for some additional resources we have created to take your warm-ups to the next level. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice weekend.